Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, thank you for the likes, the subscribes, and the comments below. Like, the likes make these videos go. Like, they really do. Huge difference. So major appreciate to you guys that do that. Message here is like, pay attention to what's going on. And we're talking to our own family members, and it's like, hey man, you guys got some like extra, food just stored up, just cause, like, just to have it. We live in a hurricane area, it kind of makes sense just to make sure you got something for a couple weeks. If you get nailed by a hurricane, have some power outages and stuff. And like, the answer is no. Like, people that are relatively close to us are like, no, what's up? We're checking through our dry food inventory, putting them in these nice new totes. You can link to these. These are actually like improvement over our last ones because they've got a better seal on them, and it does make a difference. Nonetheless, rice, beans, canned goods, relatively inexpensive to do. And we can stockpile this up, figure out exactly how much we've got. And then if things got crazy or in short supply or whatever, we don't really have to deal with it. Like, you guys seen some of the shelves? Like, you seen the trucking thing? You see how the mandates are getting crazier and crazier? You see how people are leaving the workforce and no one knows where they're going? Are you paying attention? We're in a decline. And the only thing that's really up for debate is at what point will the system stabilize? Where is that bottom level, or at least that plateau until you go to another bottom? So what point is the system going to stabilize? I don't know. But they just continue with the craziness. And actually, like, their best and brightest, their neocons, if you will. I just saw one recently on one of these mainstream propaganda shows. And they were talking about war with Ukraine. We have to go protect Ukraine's borders and Taiwan. And it's like, the empire is kind of falling to the spot where even abroad, to stay relevant and to keep some level of legitimacy, the elites that be are like, we need to create some sort of hot kinetic event because, like, freedom and democracy and we're the good guys. And like, if you know your history, like, we're not the good guys. Like Pearl Harbor, like that, we provoked that. Like, we cut them off of oil. They had no choice. They had to. We knew it was coming. We wanted them to do that. These are water. Clean those out every now and then. Utilize them. Little freezer situation. Gotta stock that up a little bit. Downside of that is if you lost your electricity for too long, you'd lose everything in there. But I'm a big fan of having a freezer, a secondary freezer. Got the generator back from the shop, like, serviced. I'm gonna put this plug. What I've done here is I've made a cord. So this will be a 50 amp. I'm gonna plug into this generator. This generator is dual fuel, so I can run on gas or propane. And I've got an RV plug set up here where I can basically backfeed the house. Or at least like 50 amps of the house. So not that I want to be running on a generator forever, but that way it's like done and we're not running extension cords and everything will function off of the circuit breaker. So that's a dryer plug. And if you wanted to, your cord is long enough, you keep the exhaust fumes away, you can backfeed your house through the dryer plug. You do need to turn it off at the street, so you've got to turn off your breaker. What it would look like is you would turn it off at the street, which would be this 100 right there. So you'd flip that off, so that if the street did come back on, you don't have an accident. And you'd keep your dryer on, and then you would flip off any of the others that you don't absolutely need. And if your generator is big enough where you're not utilizing that much draw, and maybe you can keep all of your circuits on. But nonetheless, where we're at now, it's unclear as to whether there'll be a revival and like an upkick trend again, or if they're just going to print until the currency is basically worthless, and then what are the effects of that, and then where do things go? So it's not a doomsday thing. I'm just mentioning that, hey, this is not the time to be asleep at the wheel. Like, life has substantially changed from pre-19 levels, and that 40-year period of history where you could print money, interest rates were low, there was no inflation. You could gloss over any sort of dot-com bubble or housing bubble issue with those days are gone. Those are the Goldilocks days, and they're over. And so, like, inflation is here. It is going to stay here until they raise interest rates. When they raise interest rates, the stock market's going to dump. It's going to dump. And when that happens, then people are going to get scared. And what sectors are going to benefit from that? What sectors are going to, like, perish from that? I have no idea. It's really crazy to watch how this is all unfolding. But pay attention, see what's going on, take a look at these clips, do something similar. All right, so we're out here in the food forest. Got to go relatively quickly because I think there's a government conspiracy that keeps changing the clocks on me. Ignore that. These are these guinea hen things. My wife saw them at Tractor Supply. She's like, oh, they're so cute. Well, now they're old and they talk. They're going to the neighbor pretty soon. But nonetheless, I'm gonna add a little bed here. We're gonna add on our little island. I've got blueberries there. I've got loquat. These things are obnoxious. I don't know, they might not make it to the neighbor the way they're going. And I'm gonna go ahead and plant this with like what I call like the salad. It's gonna be like the salad bowl, because all of these plants that I'm putting in, we use almost daily for salad. You'll notice that, like, from our little, you know, preparatory arrangements, I'm trying to garden. I'd like to be off grid. I've got a 3 to 5 year plan to be like where I can, mainly just because like I don't want to eat crap and I want to like be healthy, and like I think it's cool to like grow some of my own stuff. It's very like hippie and I like it. But then like I just want to avoid the crazy. Like if things get nuts and people are like rushing out to the store and like, oh, I gotta get toilet paper. Like I just want to be like, yeah, I'm good, man. Like I don't, like, you know, see how things go and like take advantage of the scared, instead of you know, being part of the crowd. Like to avoid it if I can. Thanks for watching.